we're celebrating this air show today. This is the centennial year of powered flight. This December will be 100 years since man first took to the air under power. Right now, with 4 horsepower, then the entire starting lineup for the Kentucky Cyclone on takeoff. You notice that that looked like the entire flight team was welded together as one aircraft, because indeed it is just one aircraft. Being flown by 27 years veteran airshow pilot Frank Ryder from New Orleans, Louisiana. As he comes back down to Airshow Center, he pulls the nose up on the Oreck Cyclone and goes into a right-hand barrel roll. We call this the beer barrel roll because Frank's favorite beverage after a hard day of airshow flying is iced tea. Okay. As he heads out to airshow left, you will see that this will be a smoking flight. So please make sure that your seat backs and tray tables are in the full upright and locked position. Any tampering with the smoke devices in the lavatory is welcome. Frank heads back into Airshow Center. He'll be coming in and giving us 360 degrees of loop and 360 degrees of aileron roll. Let's go back into the cockpit as he goes up. Ready, hit it. Stand by board. 4. Adding power. And Frank Ryder now coming back to Airshow Center. Doing 360 degrees of vertical loop, 360 degrees of flying right to the edge of the envelope, throttling back to remain subsonic because our FAA monitor Sharon Felton will not let us exceed the speed of smell. However, she has offered absolutely no restrictions on exceeding the speed speed of sound, but she has not restricted us from exceeding the speed of smell, which on a hot air show day is real important. Right now, the negative G is trying to throw Frank outside of the airplane. A 5-point restraint system holding him in as he comes back in, looking for over 200 miles an hour. Great pylon turn. About 5 times the force of gravity pushing him down. Let's listen to the 500 horsepower with the engine in rolling thunder. Now watch hard pull to the vertical by Frank. He'll perform a half roll on the way up. He'll stop it as it's going straight up. Right there, bank the stick to the left. Boom, half roll. Now pulling back ever so gently on the control stick as to not stall the wings of the airplane. Pirouettes in a very tight half inside loop. Heading back downtown, he's going to stand the Oreck Cyclone on her tail, sliding sideways through the heavens. We call this the lobster tail slider. Now as Frank heads back down. Again, flying right to the edge of the envelope there. He has before, but he has fully recovered. Frank is a veteran of 27 years of airshow flying, and due to his advanced age, he has a very low G tolerance. Sometimes he pulls so many G's, it actually causes his body fluids to flow in reverse. Let's go back right into the cockpit. Are you ready for an orange challenge? I'm always ready for a challenge. What would you like? And I'm going to have the kids count with me. I want an 8-point hesitation roll. Okay, great stuff. Rolling in. Let's do an 8-point hesitation. Get everybody to count. All right, kids. I want you to count with me now. Watch closely. He'll stop the airplane 8 times around the compass. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4 to inverted. That's a 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Ladies and gentlemen, the most precise 9-point hesitation roll I have ever seen. Frank, good job on that 9-point roll. Hey, what happened there? Discounted again, eh? Yeah, it's been a long weekend, Frank. All right, I'll make it a little easier on you this time. How about if we do a little less? Let me count on one hand.
Actually, better yet, something's done on one foot. Try 62 up.
We got an on-crowd wind here, Frank.
You're right. Put your two back on. Here we go.
Very well. Right, roll to the vertical, quarter roll to the right, standing the airplane on her tail, slowing down, now kicking left rudder pedal once, twice to the left knife edge, 3 times 45 degrees nose low, 4 times pure vertical, and the 4-point hammerhead stall turnaround. Now, Frank's going to the stride, 5 hard, 4.5 feet pull on the control stick. Once the nose crosses the horizon inverted, he will push forward on the control stick and roll the airplane 1.5 times from upside down back to right side up. He likes this maneuver so much he'll duplicate it for us down at Airshow left. Again, another 4.5 G pull at 200 miles an hour. High overhead, the airplane slowing down. He'll be doing less than 80 miles an hour across the top. Pushing forward on the control stick, and again, stuffing left aileron in for 1.5 times, inverted to upright. Let's go back to the next maneuver. Don't give us to us, Frank.
Let's try the bounce back roll. We're going to roll around to the left here, hit the stop, and boing, bounce back, here we go, spin around again. Boy, if I just had my mother-in-law on board.
Frank will be giving free mother-in-law rides out to the Airshow this afternoon. And Frank coming back in. Now you've seen the blue diamond formation. We're going to give you a cheaper version of it. How about an 8-sided loop, cubic zirconium gem of a maneuver loop? Just a cheaper version of that beautiful, precise Blue Angel diamond. Across the top, 0.5, 6, 7, and there's 8 right at the bottom. A big stop sign in the sky reminding you to stop by the Oreck Flight Team tent where we have some free Airshow souvenirs for you to take home. 8x10 color glossies of the Oreck XL Cyclone in flight, some stickers for the kids, and you can register to win one of today's Oreck XL 8-pound hotel bags you can have in your own home. You can also test pilot one while you're over there today. Watch now for the 270-degree 4-point roll. There's 270 to the knife edge, 270 to inverted, 270 to the other knife edge, and another 270 degrees from right side up. How about it for Frank Ryder and the Oreck XL Cyclone? Now, Frank's going to set up for the signature maneuver of the Oreck XL Cyclone as he describes an inverted cyclone that he'll build in our skies, an ever-tightening climbing spiral demonstrating the aircraft over miles. Watch now, he's going to go from a hard, high G, climbing right-hand turn right into the vertical. He'll establish that perfect vertical line in a series of aileron rolls. Now, gravity winning, that engine straining, holding her still at 0 airspeed. Now watch as he shifts into reverse and backs into his own anorexic cumulus cloud, demonstrating the stealth characteristics of the Oreck XL as he disappears momentarily and exits stage left.
Well, Frank, we kind of messed up on the first point challenge. How about giving us another 8-point roll? Okay, Doc, I can do that. I'll roll in position. We'll try it again. You got your fingers ready?
Oh, yeah, but I want to make it a little bit more difficult for you. How about an 8-point roll going straight up in the vertical?
Wait a minute. Why does this need to be more difficult for me?
Because I've learned how to count to 8.
Okay, here's your reward. Well, I'll tell you what. It might be a tough one, but you guys edge me on. I feel like we can do it. I'm going to muster all 500 horsepower here. Let's get everybody to count so they can throw to keep you on track there, Doug.
Very well. I tell you what, Frank, why don't you count from the cockpit for us? Make sure you keep me honest.
Here we go. Get ready for the roll. Move on. Get ready for the count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're hanging. We did it. Uh-oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, Frank Ryder from New Orleans, Louisiana, and the Oreck XL Cyclone. Now, I want you, this next pass is a crowd participation maneuver. If you've got your air show programs out there, I'm going to want you to wave them. Frank's going to be setting up for the inverted wing wag wave salute for the Rhode Island Air National Guard. Now get ready. He's going to come back downhill. I guess he's going to be doing this maneuver from right to left. He's going, setting up over the bay out there, counting the boats, I believe. A beautiful inverted turn by Frank. Let's see if he's going to come back around. Now get those programs ready. Those souvenir programs have great information about all the performers out here today. They help to make this air show a success. Speaking of success, when you see our armed forces servicemen and women on the air show ground, stop for just a minute and give them a thank you for putting on a wonderful and successful air show. And remember that our freedoms are not free. We've got armed forces servicemen and women on the point of the spear right now protecting our freedom. Let's give it up for Frank Ryder as he sets up. Remember, he's going to roll the airplane upside down, wave those air show programs, and salute our armed forces and the Rhode Island Air National Guard. There he is, ladies and gentlemen, Frank B. Ryder III. Yeah, right, Frank. He's having a good time. He's going to set up for landing now. Let me describe this airplane for just a moment. It is an airplane that's designed to look like those of the golden age of air racing. It's got a welded steel, chromoly tube airframe and tailplane, and it's covered with a heat-shrunk Dacron fabric. Now, that's technology from the 1920s and 1930s, but the aircraft incorporates 21st century technology in the fact that it's supported in the air with a carbon fiber wing capable of 20 G's positive and 20 G's negative, much more than the pilot can withstand, believe you me. And again, it is powered by that high horsepower Pratt & Whitney 500 horsepower engine, normally rated at 450. This one's hopped up just a little bit. Now, as Frank lines up for his final approach, which means he's headed right down the runway, he will no longer see the runway environment. He's actually lost sight of the center line, and he's having to look out of the airplane left and right over the top of the leading edge or front part of the wing. And when he gets into the landing or three-point configuration, he cannot see the runway. That's just the kind of airmanship that Frank possesses. And a lot of these guys out here flying for us today have the same problem in getting their aircraft on the ground. But what makes a good aerobatic aircraft doesn't necessarily make it a good aircraft or easy aircraft to fly. Frank, keeping the nose, the tail high and the nose low as he stands around the main gear. And he'll taxi in here in just a second. I believe he's going to give us a little smoky salute right at Air Show Center. Now, he'll come by and he'll be waving at you. And again, show your participation in helping support the Hasbro Children's Hospital and the wonderful charity that the Air Show also supports by showing us that you're helping with those Air Show souvenir programs. And as Dan McLaren mentioned, there's a coupon in there. Basically allows you to buy the program for free. It's an Applebee's discount coupon. So show your support, and at some point today, pick up your souvenir program if you don't already have it. Lots more high-flying action that takes to the skies. You're going to see the incredible Michael Goulian in the in his CAP 231 flying. There's Frank Ryder smoking it up for us down here. You're going to see the incomparable John Tucker taking the skies in the Oracle Challenger. You're going to see, of course, Fat Albert, the Blue Angels. We've got Dale Snodgrass. Whoa, look at that! Frank Ryder still flying that airplane. Brakes locked, smoke gone, tail high in the air as he does this salute. And you notice he didn't do this yesterday, Larry Rudd, because fortunately we have a little wind blowing the smoke